Hello, he's Gabriel.
And he's Yahtzee.
I was really thinking you were going to fuck that up. The
Okay, fuck it up how? Like, come up with something meaningful? His name's Benjamin. Call him Benjamin.
Don't
fuck
call
him
me
in
that.
his stupid handle.
Did you know the fear of blood tends to create fear of the flesh? Has that ever come up? It's rather a wonky bit of advice, I've always thought.
Sweet, delicious flesh.
The fear of blood is possibly likely to make you fear something that's sometimes associated with blood. Well, I guess that makes sense, Silent Hill, but what's your point? Is that supposed to be deep?
Explains Yahtzee's vagina nightmares.
How did you know about my vagina mares?
You talk about them like all the fucking time.
No, I scream about them in my sleep. I'm like, don't close the beef curtains on me. My performance is not finished. No, not the shepherd's crook pulling me by the neck. Oh look, it's the G-Man from Half-Life. What's he doing here?
Was it the G-Man from Half-Life or G from House of the Dead?
That works. Well, he doesn't seem to have suffered like G did.
Yeah.
Incidentally, this is the first Silent Hill. Yay! In a continuing tradition of playing actually good games, but with a rule applied to make them arduous and boring, we're playing the original Silent Hill on the PS1.
Worked astonishingly well so far.
Well, it only fucked up last week.
And in the other one that we did.
Well, that fucked up in a funny way.
Hey, I almost got to that mountain, man.
Yeah, it was heartwarming, man.
That mountain's my mountain.
This is plot, by the way. Not the laughy nurse, it's the car. There's a car containing Generico McBoring Man. He's our protagonist, and also his little daughter. And they're driving somewhere.
Cop that appears to be way too comfortable with speeding.
Well, he's not necessarily speeding. Maybe he's just one of those assholes who drives at 10 below the limit all the time.
What a cunt.
Wait,
worse than cyclists.
That was the cop's bike.
Oh, so this is actual story. It's not just like clips of the game coming up.
Yeah, it can be confusing. Because I've played a lot of Japanese games that start with a clip of sequences from the games and then has a proper intro sequence. But in this, we don't see this again. It's just, this is what's already happened.
Oh, okay.
He swerves off the road and then the game begins.
I kind of don't like those pastiches of what you're about to play.
Well, I was playing Final Fantasy Lightning Returns for my sins.
Fuck you and your job for making you do that.
And I was watching the intro sequence, which seemed to be basically just the starting sequence from the game, but without the voices. And with credits over it. And I was like, why am I watching this? Skip. And then watch the proper thing. Sometimes it's like, as you say, a sequence of clips.
Yeah,
from the game. The weird thing is, though, in Silent Hill 1, and I think Silent Hill 2 as well, the intro, trailer movie thing contains clips that don't actually appear in the game anywhere. Like the clip we saw of the nurse laughing. Right, well, here we go.
I'd like to start this off by describing it as an excellent way of using creativity to work around a limiting gameplay feature and then turning that into a good gameplay feature.
How many times have we banged on about that?
I don't know, but here it is. That's it existing right there.
Yeah, this game has the shittiest draw distance in the world, but see how it adds to the atmosphere.
Yeah. They worked with what they had.
Also, this game was before dual analog sticks were standard and has really, really shitty tank control. That's where when you push up, you move forward regardless of the direction you're facing.
Yeah.
Whereas in most games nowadays, when you push a direction, you move in that direction on the screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Leon Kennedy steering system.
Quite. But without the permanent camera mounted to the shoulder.
Is that Cheryl?
I don't know, is that Cheryl?
Get back here, you little bitch. I'm not through smacking you about.
Where are you going?
Yahtzee Croshaw is available to babysit. Yahtzee Crowshaw's back-of-the-hand babysitting service.
Yes. Do you not like your kids? Well, leave them with me. If you want
Yahtzee will put on his scary mask, which he has and made himself.
If you really, really don't like your kids, please call me back to talk about our van package.
Just drown them in a bucket.
See, I'm almost inadvertently serpentining here. Because you press left and right on the analog stick to turn.
The thing is, Yahtzee's right now using, as you normally do with a PC sort of game, a Xbox 360 controller.
Well, it's not a PC game. It's a
No, but I mean,
PS1 game being run through an emulator on the
Yeah,
PC.
that's you know when you're playing a game on PC with a controller, 9 times out of 10 people are using an Xbox controller because it
It's
plugs
the
in and
go-
it works fine.
It's the go-to controller for me.
Yeah. What he's doing right now is using the left thumbstick as opposed to the D-pad for what would the game is considering a PS1 D-pad. That's why it's really hard to control.
geez.
I'd honestly recommend using the D-pad. I've gone through this. I've played PS1 games on.
All right, I'm using the D-pad
Yeah,
now.
it's a little.
Oh
That looks
god,
fine.
it feels like I've gone back in time. Feel like I'm in the French Revolution playing Crash Bandicoot.
It's nutty to think that this was 1999 because my brain just. It must be that thing of.
Was it 99?
Yeah, how did it?
Oh, that's right.
Intro.
This would have been probably one of the later PS1 games then.
Yeah. It's weird to think that, because PS1 in my brain is more 96, 97.
Came out in 95 or 94, I think.
Yeah, it was quite an early one, but I had more regular access to one around 96.
By the way, this is the original survival horror game. Fuck Resident Evil. And this is the scene that will set the tone for a million games to come. It's like the whole series encapsulated. First there's dark. Then as we continue, dodgy camera angle and wheelchair. That's point 2. Broken wheelchair for extra points.
An abandoned wheelchair is never a good sign.
Gurney out in the middle of nowhere. That's point 3.
That's an ultra not good sign. Like blood everywhere is, blood everywhere is an obvious not a good sign. But like an abandoned wheelchair means,
Yeah. This whole scene was recreated in the Silent Hill movie, incidentally, where they cast Harry Mason as a lady because they didn't believe that a man would want to protect his kid. Fucking Hollywood. Why do you hate men so much, Hollywood?
What's going on here?
You're always putting men in solely just as a reward for the female heroine. Kids with knives.
See-
If this wasn't a supposed to lose fight, I'd be worried.
I really like the camera work being done here.
Yeah.
My dick!
I'm dead. Gonna cling to a cigarette lighter anyway. That shit costs money.
I just filled it up with gas.
Incidentally, in the European version of Silent Hill, those monsters are replaced by weird sort of teddy bear monsters you encounter later in the sewers.
Why?
Because
They
the
don't
European censors didn't like the idea of killing naked kittywinks.
That's big talk coming from Europe.
No. Well, Australia's in no position to complain.
Yeah, but nobody expects shit from Australia.
This is the American ROM of the game.
We're the hillbilly backwater that takes 5 steps back for every 1 step we take forward.
I'm all right, I guess.
I think we're currently back in 1956.
This
I'm
game's
gonna go
got
watch my
some
dad get born.
fucking amazing voice acting.
You tell me what happened.
I kind of...
Wait a second.
You know those things, those dreams you have, the nightmares you have, where you get the feeling something's horribly wrong, but nobody around you
I just got here.
seems to notice?
Don't think I've ever had one of those.
Yeah, it's just the vagina dreams. I don't know why I brought it up. I don't know. I get those, or that sense that I think there was some of that in the Mouth of Madness, where he goes to the
Yeah.
town and something's obviously wrong, but he's the only one who notices, and everyone else is acting like everything's fine, but it's not. I get little bits of that when the voice acting is like this jarringly sort of.
Well, that's kind of what I like about Silent Hill. I remember in Silent Hill 2, a lot of the voice actors
Sorry.
were not top hole.
only
In
person
fact, the
I've
guy
seen
who
this
plays
time.
James Sunderland wasn't a voice actor and did no other voice roles after that.
The
The story I got told, he was an American businessman in Japan who was escorting his daughter to the audition. She was auditioning for the little girl in that game, and they asked him to try the lines, and they just said, "Yeah, that'll do."
That's all I know.
But what I liked about that game is that the awkwardness of the dialogue sort of adds to the sense of unreality. You know?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I think it's
Harry.
for the kind of
Sybil
questionable psychological state atmosphere that Silent Hill goes for. I think it does add to it.
It's Twin Peaksy or Deadly Premonition-y.
Oh, I love my Twin Peaks.
I'm going back to call in some reinforcements.
So now we're going to split up again. And this police officer has decided it would be a great idea to arm this civilian.
Hold it.
Hey, didn't you just fight monster children with knife
My
hands?
daughter.
Let's split
I gotta
up.
Find her.
Well, he wants to go find the daughter.
No way.
And cops having now considered the protect and serve thing a sort of optional extra
In that
rather than an
case, I
actual
need to
rule.
find her
Would you
now.
still be a cop after all this, though, or would you think that all form of reality has collapsed
Well, I
and so
don't-
has traditional order structures?
Well, they don't know reality's collapsed.
I...
It could just be some kids in Halloween costumes out there.
Okay, here's the stages of this for me. Oh god, I'm having an acid flashback.
Here we are, cop giving only gun to
Now
civilian.
listen to me.
She probably knows karate.
That's probably why they send her to do the
Know
Silent
who
Hill
you're
job.
shooting.
They're like, yeah, it'll be easy. Back in
Don't
back in
do it unless
back
you-
in half an hour, mate.
I'll just press kick this zombie child in the face, stomp the bejesus out of its skull while it's in the ground. I want to see someone edit this so, like, Mike Hagar is looking for his daughter in Silent Hill, and it's just fucking gut punches and pile drivers.
Yeah, well, that would be quite an elaborate edit, wouldn't it? You'd have to put in lots of different animations and programming.
Some of these kids, mods are their fucking, like, resume.
Well, then you'd basically have made Resident Evil 4, wouldn't you?
I did love that there were suplexes in that. Just,
Hey, a health drink.
that looks healthy.
Yeah, it's probably homeopathic or something.
Isn't that a thing you need? like
that's
a
a-
little...
Yeah, I'll take the flashlight. Now, I should probably talk about the rule which we're
yes.
going to play this game by. The game we have to take this map because the game won't let you leave without it. But from now on, I'm not going to look at it. This is a no map run.
Yeah, this is Yahtzee's idea of making the game boring, as opposed to what I'd suspect frustrating.
It's going to be arduous. Oh, I didn't realize I was back in control there.
Does that... Look at the sign. Go back. The sign on the wall says "Study." Damn it!
Yeah, you'd probably be behind that, wouldn't you?
That's great. I'm gonna print those up. I swear the picture's just like someone pointing a gun too. So it's just someone with a gun and "Study." Damn it!
Study or be condemned to hell. More health drink
A knife.
and a knife. Nice.
Stabby,
That will be
stabby.
that will be the last time you see it.
So you can't cut anybody. That looks like ammo.
You know, remember in those old Tex Avery cartoons, you could always tell what was going to move because it would be a slightly different colour to the hand-painted backdrop.
Yeah. Well, that was in Ren and Stimpy an awful lot too.
Yeah, that's kind of the impression I'm getting here. Oh, but I can't pick it up. Obviously, that's never going to come up again.
What is it?
It's a radio.
Ah. I can't pick the radio up. I'm terrified of radios. That's a great explanation for saves. I love that.
Yeah, I'm just going to write down my thoughts at this moment in this.
Someone someday may pick this up and want to know the batshit insane crap that was going on around here.
Yeah. It's the old audio log thinking, isn't it? I'm just going to occasionally record my thoughts, not keep them with me, just kind of scatter them
Leave
like
them
the
around.
Scatter them like the Easter Bunny as I go.
What's that?
God, if only I could pick it up and figure out what's wrong with it.
Radio.
What's going on with that
going
radio?
on with that
Good
radio?
question, Henry Mason.
You know, I've been thinking, and something along these lines set in the Australian outback, I think would be quite nifty,
You've
because...
said that before.
Yeah, but I've been thinking about it more, and the outback's fucking insane.
Ah,
because-
bugger.
Oh, I
I forgot
hate
to
these
equip
things.
my gun.
Looks like
Right.
one of the labia monsters you've drawn after one
Right,
of your
you were
dreams.
saying...
Just kill the thing first, and then we'll...
I was talking to the monster.
Yeah.
You were saying something about I'm going to kill you, I believe.
This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?
I remember-
Now this is not a dream.
Yeah. Well, the previous bit was a dream, but this one isn't, apparently.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, better take this with me. It's been a proven ally in this struggle.
Hello, welcome to the Monster Network. Just like to warn you that monsters are about to show up
You're listening to the Silent Hill Drive Time Fun slot.
on
Hope you have-
KMNSTR.
Hope you're having fun with all them monsters out there. Now, we've just had a call from James from Silent Hill, who's saying, has anyone seen my wife? I have the vague memory of standing next to her on a bed, and I'm not sure where it went after that.
Wife!
And now,
Wife!
now here's a selection of tracks from Akira Yamaoka, again. Yes, I remember this distinctly. There's handgun bullets immediately on the right. I've just played this game a bit, but I remember every time I played it, I would always look at the map like every 5 seconds.
Yeah, because you kind of need to know where you're going.
I like to call this mode of play stupid American tourist mode. It's emergent gameplay, motherfucker.
Stupid American tourist. There's bullets just
Oh.
on the chair.
Was there?
No, I mean, just, where you picked them up.
All right. Well, there was a monster there, so
Fuck.
I don't want none of it.
Didn't the map say you had to take a left and then there's something around here you wanted?
Yes, it said to take a left and then left again.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the same alley we chased Cheryl down. And
Cheryl!
had a fun encounter with the children, so, definition of madness and all that.
I can't hear Cheryl without hearing, like, my across-the-road neighbor from when I was a kid screeching it.
Doggies!
Good boy.
That sign was a bit after the fact. Yeah, I remember this.
That looks familiar. Yummers.
Anyway, shall we discuss today's topic? For there is only really one topic in gaming this
There
week.
can be only one.
Yep, and that's Facebook purchasing Oculus VR. Facebook of all people.
I know, like, it's a little bit like, I think, was it Amazon bought Double Helix? And it'd be like if BP bought Nintendo. You're just like, what are you doing with that?
Well, video games are one of the fastest growing industries.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, there's a divide between...
I think it is literally the most profitable entertainment... excuse me.
Yeah, it is.
Profitable entertainment industry in the world.
It is.
Bar none.
Fucking dominates movies. Music. Ha.
Man, they are giving this shit away.
This does seem like an awful lot of bullets.
Yeah. They're just preparing you.
Yeah, so, I mean... Amazon buying, like, Double Helix. Because that begs the question. Are Amazon planning on making games, doing anything with games, or are they just adding this to a general business portfolio?
Also, why Double Helix of all people?
Yeah, just...
They were the guys who made, relevantly, Silent Hill Homecoming, weren't they?
I don't know. The most recent thing they made for me was Killer Instinct.
Also, Strider, I think. The Strider remake.
I've heard that's good.
Well, yes, from me, I believe.
And my brother, who's also called Ben.
Is he?
Yes.
Well...
You met him once at the opening of the bar, but you were drunk.
I probably was at
Which was
that.
funny. Because you were past, like, what I'd call social drunk and straight into the realms of where am I drunk?
Well, to get off the topic of me being drunk, the topic of Facebook buying Oculus VR is one that has not escaped without controversy. Most notably by an indie developer, Marcus Pearson, aka Notch, of Minecraft fame, who tweeted, and I quote, "Facebook is creepy," and declared his withdrawal from Oculus support. Your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I read a thing saying that, like, the Minecraft Oculus thing that was floating around wasn't even developed by him, it was like a fan mod, and that he hadn't actually done lick one of work or anything to do with the Oculus Rift, so it'd be a little bit like me going, I'm not going to develop for it.
But Facebook creepy. Do you agree with that sentiment? Doggy! Don't you...
Way to go there, Yatso. Meh, I got you.
I'm ready for you this time.
Okay, seriously, you're going to die if you don't
Right.
heal yourself.
Haha! I think I hit him
Who
that
got
time.
hurt there? I think you're getting hurt. Dude, check your health.
Okay, hang on, I'll go back in there for a sec. Am I still alive?
Ooh.
Not really.
Physician, heal thyself.
Okay, I guess we'll shoot the dog.
Yeah, you got a lot of bullets. See, again, I get, like... Facebook is now a publicly traded company. This isn't like Facebook just the program or, the social media, device. It's a fucking company. So how much Facebook, the service we know and understand, is going to be remotely related to something like Oculus and how, how that actually functions is...
Well, I remember...
I don't know. I think there's a reasonable disconnect, like...
Well, Mr. Zuckerberg was talking about how he envisions Oculus letting people participate in, say, lectures from around the world. And such things.
See, the thing is, I watch lectures on the internet already. I don't need VR for that.
But imagine if you could look at the person sitting next to you and realize how attractive they are.
Because I've been legitimately thinking a lot about, like, how
And
a
perhaps
good
a
VR
romance.
headset could be used for educational purposes.
A
And I think
romance for the ages would begin.
like, explaining mathematical concepts using sort of 3D structures that you can reach out with gloves and interact with would be kind of useful, particularly for certain learning styles that don't do well with abstractions.
Well, the trouble with all them feely methods with gloves or such like is
Because you
that
can't
there's-
feel.
Yeah, there's no feedback, is there? Maybe if you had a very finely designed vibration system
Yeah, it could be possible.
that made bits of the glove vibrate as it touched things, but
I mean, it.
It's like- it's like-
What?
the whole thing reminds me of when people realised that the Kinect was really useful for other things besides gaming.
Yeah, and for that, it really is interesting. Like, I can wave my hand at the light, and the light goes on and off, and I'm like,
Oh.
oh, that's actually pretty nifty.
Well, frankly, I don't care because I'm a games man.
Ooh.
I don't.
Hardcore gamer!
Yeah.
Hardcore!
I don't even watch TV, bitch.
Much better than everybody else.
It's gaining on me.
I love the hardcore gamer.
I'm remembering why I like Silent Hill 2 more. Because monsters in that just don't give a shit.
That, I think, is one of the cooler aspects of Silent Hill 2, in that you don't feel like the focus of the thing that's going on around you, which makes it even scarier.
Yes, we've discussed this. Yes, Facebook VR thing.
Well, again, like, what possible... Like, if they think I'm going to put on a VR headset to check Facebook, you're a fucking moron. As it is, I use my phone for that more than I use my fucking laptop, because it's
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah, that's what baffled me. He was talking about, applying the Oculus technology to the use of Facebook.
And that's what I mean, like, Facebook is a company now, so it may be doing this just as a separate, like, just to own Oculus Rift.
Why-
I mean, that in and of
yeah.
itself can be a bit problematic, because, it'd be nice for a cool tech startup to not just get absorbed into one of the major corporate behemoths.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
I know, 'cause
That's
then-
just what happens.
I know,
isn't
because
it?
then we'd have, like, a slightly broader and healthier, corporate ecosystem.
This was one of those painted-on doors. I should have
That's
realised.
not real. This emergency exit's painted on.
Yes, yes.
one of
Quoting
my
The Simpsons, after sarcasm, the lowest form of wit.
Go fuck yourself. I fucking love early Simpsons, and that episode...
Everybody does. The same way everyone loved Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And now
Not
everyone's
everybody loves
fucking sick of everyone quoting it.
You quote it!
Not
If
just,
I get you started on fucking Red Dwarf, you will go through whole scenes. Admittedly,
Yeah.
I do like it when you do the conversation from Future Echoes. But that's just because I love that conversation. I think it's one of the best written and executed moments in comedy.
Well, I wouldn't do it as an attempt to leech off the humour. I attempted to evoke a nostalgic memory.
You do it because I clap and go, yay.
The part of me wants to immediately reject the Oculus VR being used by anything other than gaming because it's ours, damn it. We thought of it. Oh, hey, there's my car.
Looks like from Jurassic Park. See, I don't know. I think that's dumb. It's a bit like how the Kinect could have more interesting uses outside of, and does have more interesting uses
Well-
outside of gaming. It's
Well,
like,
in that case, the
are you
Kinect-
shooting that, or is it just laughing at you?
I don't know. In that case, the Kinect didn't really have interesting uses in gaming. It had interesting uses outside of gaming
Okay.
and nowhere else.
In terms of uses, beyond the obvious sense of immersion that will come
Eat
with
it.
VR, what use really does? Like, think of a use for Oculus Rift. Like, I'm just curious. Like, I'm not saying this is some sort of, challenge that I expect you to fail. I'm just...
God, you got a one-track mind, Harry.
Cheryl?
Sorry, you were saying?
Well, I mean, beyond the obvious immersive quality, like, what really use is there in VR? Like, if you can't have tactile feedback, which
Well,
is
what do you
difficult...
mean just beyond the immersive quality? That's
Well,
like
I mean,
saying...
that's rather simple.
That's like saying, what's the use of aspirin besides that whole painkilling thing?
Well, because I don't know. See, I think that is such a broad use that it has so much extra stuff outside of gaming automatically as well. Like, if it's so
Well-
automatically useful for gaming, it also has, like, a lot of validity. Like, VR has a lot of validity exterior to gaming.
Well, its use is to create a simulation of an environment, yes?
Yeah.
And that's what gaming does all the time.
Yeah, I know,
In
but
one of
like,
the
that could be
circumstances,
useful.
you're going to need to, like, look to the left and see what is to the left in the virtual world.
Remote surgery?
Well, I would think you'd want to be concentrating on what's in front of you with remote surgery.
Well, yeah, but imagine being able to perform remote surgery not with, like, an HD monitor in front of you, but with actual depth and ability, and your hands translated to the function of a robot. Like, someone in, like, California could perform surgery on some kid in India.
Well, there's no physical feedback there, as we said. They'd probably fuck it up. They wouldn't realise if they'd accidentally sawn through the ribs or something.
I'm pretty sure they would.
What are you doing?
That feels like you're just picking on someone now.
I think he was just having a crafty piss. Dirty little bastard.
Imagine finding a monster taking a pee. You'd be like, I didn't even know you did that. Where do you drink? I've never seen you drink.
Or maybe they drink the health drinks as well.
That's why there's so few around.
Yeah. Well, we say there's so few around. There doesn't seem to be anything else
say that
to
as we
drink.
sound like an awful lot. It's funny because this one's meant to be the more survival horror, but it is stocking you up on ammo and health.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking need it, man. We're gonna be wandering around this town lost for hours.
I always use Bash brand.
I'm trying to get the memory of the map in my head and remember where the convenience store is.
I bet it's not conveniently located.
Well, at least there's a save point and a health kit.
First aid kits.
Well, if nothing else, this whole Oculus VR story has been quite polarizing in the industry. First Notch when all Facebook is creepy, and then Cliffy B of Epic Games fame came out and said that Notch was being a big whiny pouty baby.
Yeah, I think they both have a degree of validity. I'd say I'm a little more on Cliffy B's side with this one.
But who's the big baby, man? The guy who created Minecraft or the guy who created Jazz Jackrabbit?
I don't think that's relevant to this discussion, really.
I know. I'm muddying the issue like a Fox News anchor.
You should do that. You should have like a Fox-style game zone.
Can we really trust anything Cliffy B says? He once made a shit game.
It was a rabbit and it was green. That's not what Jesus said happened.
I never really played Jazz Jackrabbit. I know it was a platformer on PC.
It was a PC platform. It wasn't bad. I didn't. I had the shareware version of it when I was a little kid.
You still alive, dog?
No.
Guess not.
It's doing that thing where blood oozes out.
Thanks,
so it's
Mr.
probably
Gunn.
dead. I think this is the one you can go in.
I don't think
I
it
think you
is.
can go in one of these ones. I don't know.
There's a house with a doghouse in front of it, which I think is the next thing
that's
we have
right.
to find.
Yeah. Alright, bullet to the head does not stop dog jumping straight at you.
Well, he'd already
does it?
started the leap, hadn't
I
he?
think they'd have like a... See? There. He was... Boom!
That's more like it.
You're dead!
Now you're double dead. Leg it.
When a zombie comes along, you must kick it. Evil bird.
God, I hate them motherfuckers.
Just run. We have to find the doghouse house.
Okay, the doghouse house.
House, dog.
See, that's the thing. You can't run because they run faster than you.
Oh, damn you and your fast air legs.
I'm gonna stupid face your ass. Yeah.
That was the weakest kick in the world.
Well, it sufficed.
It's the kind of kick you'd do to your own kid when they're like about to grab something hot. Just
No.
like, don't.
Now, James Sunderland, he had a manly kick.
Once I like to see someone bust out a full tilt axe kick.
He did a full-on grind heel stomp. He did. Oh bugger, I'm dead.
That's funny.
It's lucky there was
It's
a
funny to
save
me.
point in that cafe. Shop, I mean.
Hardcore gamer Yahtzee. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Thanks, game.
Hardcore gamers. That's such a stupid term. Don't fucking validate yourself by your hobbies, you dumb shits.
Who says they are?
I'm not talking about you personally, but
not-
there is
I know.
that cadre of human beings for whom
I would
fucking-
argue that describing yourself as a hardcore gamer doesn't immediately imply a definition of the self by the hobby. I mean, I don't really like using the term gamer, I'll admit.
Yeah, so,
It's like saying book reader.
yeah, or film goer.
Yes. People say film goer, don't they?
I don't know.
They
See, it's
say-
weird talking to you about this because you really don't engage in much else fiction-wise.
Well, last night I watched a film.
I remember once asking Yahtzee, this is a while ago now, like, you know, oh, have you seen this? And you're like, I really only engage in interactive media. And I just looked at you
Did
for
I
a
use
while.
those exact words?
Yes,
I should
that
have-
is etched into my head because I thought that was the most astonishingly pratty thing a human could have said.
I think the term you're looking for is neckbeardy.
Well, you didn't have a beard then.
Well, the thing is, I can't really go back. When I watch a film or a TV show, I always have to be like playing something on my iPad.
I'm not
at the
saying
same
it's not a
time.
valid position to be in. I don't think you have to, in any way, shape, or form, participate in anything you don't want to goddamn do. I'm just saying the way you expressed that feeling was
What, you mean in standard words that are in the dictionary?
standard words. It was insane. Like, I only participate in interactive media.
You
Like,
could imagine
come
Alan
on,
Rickman
like-
saying that, couldn't you?
Yeah, if he was playing like
I
the dickhole
only-
gamer in like a movie about dickhole gamers.
I only participate in the interactive media. God
I mean,
damn it.
I don't know. I'm kind of. I try to keep up with it. I don't read enough books, but that's because uni reading kind of eats spare reading time. You don't have time for fun reading when you got to read.
As I was saying, I did actually watch a film last night.
What was it?
It was the 1975 adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, starring Richard Chamberlain and Donald Pleasance. The whole thing was on YouTube.
Just
But it's
love-
interesting because it's like the first full film I've gone out of my way to watch in its entirety for quite some time.
do these things respawn at all?
I think they do. That's
Well,
the annoying thing.
that eats dicks. I don't like that.
Actually, I'm not sure.
I like being able to clear an area.
Well, that's why they call it survival horror. I remember now, the first part of the game you have to find 3 keys and then go to the house of someone.
The house.
The
With
house-
the dog house
Yes.
of the dog owners.
I think it's the dog owner house, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I remember because I remember walking up and like looking at, just going, "Hey, that's an object in the yard. That yard has to be something,"
Okay, at the moment I'm doing the follow the left-hand
yeah.
wall trick.
which is a good trick.
Yeah. Did we reach any kind of closure on that Facebook story?
Well, I think it's not that much a concern because at the end of the day,
I don't know.
PS4 are making Morpheus. There's already some French outfit making a new like VR. I mean, the idea and the potential money of the idea is now well and truly out in the world. So
Yeah, everyone's doing it. I think everyone
Yeah.
has realised, like I did, that this is the true way forward.
does it at the end of the day, does it fucking matter that Oculus have sold to Facebook? No.
Well,
I mean, if you backed him on fucking Kickstarter, I could understand why he might be a little pissy, but at the end of the day,
yeah, I mean, they don't need that Kickstarter chicken feed no more. They got the Facebook
Well,
dollar.
didn't that happen pretty fucking soon? Like, weren't they getting like proper investment, like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars fairly
I
swiftly
should
after?
think so. John Carmack was on board, wasn't
Yeah.
he? I seem to remember one of the guys from Valve is on board now as well. Yeah, everyone's getting on board because it's the place to be.
And I mean, how many people?
If you can imagine a great big surfboard,
How many people was Oculus Rift? Like, how many?
and on the surfboard there's now Zuckerberg and John Carmack and that guy from Valve, and they're all wearing sunglasses and Hawaiian shirts and going, "Wow, this is a totally tubular ride, dude."
I was thinking the word tubular as well. I'm
That is
glad
the
you
si-
used that.
That is the situation that it is in. Is this the same alley?
I
There's
think it is.
several alleys.
Uh,
Well, it's got something alive in it. Can't have that. Boy, I miss camera controls.
but you know, by not controlling the camera, it gives you a sense of powerlessness and allows the game to surprise you with.
Yeah, well, there's a limit to that kind of thing.
That's fun exactly up until it's not.
You know, I was thinking about Silent Hill 2 the other
Ooh,
day.
bullets.
Hey, this was not the alley we were in before. Bullets, always handy. I was thinking about Silent Hill 2, and I was because remember not too long ago I was saying that the reason why Portal is so good is because it takes you by surprise, pulls a fast one, makes you think it's going to be a
Quicker Nova.
yeah, a quirky puzzle game, and then it suddenly has a plot. I think Silent Hill 2 does something fairly similar. Because if you played Silent Hill 1, you might have gotten used to the idea of you're just playing generico McWhite guy. You're just a sort of cipher for the player. You just come in and do stuff, and all the stuff happens around you. And you don't realise that the plot is you in Silent Hill 2 until towards the end when you realise the dark secrets that I won't spoil, but everyone probably already knows at this point. Now, here's an interesting fact about Silent Hill. All the streets are named after famous horror writers.
Huh.
Do you know who Bachman is?
No.
Richard Bachman was a pseudonym of Stephen King back
Oh.
in the day. He used to write things that were a bit more about visceral gore than the psychological horror of Stephen King's other works.
I am a bit of a gore sucker. Like, I like body horror. And,
If you've ever seen or heard The Dark Half, the Stephen King book, that was based on his experiences with half being Richard Bachman and half being Stephen King. Because if
I
Stephen
can't think
King,
of Stephen King without thinking of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
if Stephen King does anything, it's write about his own experiences a lot. Hey, I've read that new Stephen King book about a writer from Maine with personal problems fighting evil in small-town America. You're going to have to narrow that down a bit.
I've read all 500 of those as well. It's kind of like Stephen King books are a little bit like, Final Fantasy, where after the first 100, they start to get good.
God, I'm really being reminded of how great Silent Hill 2 is.
I know, that's what I'm thinking too. I was like, it's better than this.
Because in that, like, you kill the thing and it falls down, and then it scuttles about like a cockroach you haven't quite killed properly yet.
And then you
And
stomp it.
And it makes your skin crawl. It's fucking great. Main character was just as much a doofus, though.
I think that's
This is
not
the guy
a
who
bad
just
thing.
sticks his hand straight down the toilet without much prompting.
Wonder what's in here.
Well, I know what's in there now. My hand, amongst other things.
That feels bad. Don't like this.
Wait, why is the radio still going off? Which of you is not quite dead?
That one. He doesn't have blood pouring out from him.
Aha! can't fool the mason. Yeah, I rate this lower than Silent Hill 2, but Silent Hill 3 I rate even lower. Because this Silent Hill 2 is where it all came into its own, as you once said, as a sort of anthology horror concept.
That, and I
Whereas
think
this is-
Silent Hill 2 had the fortunate, position of being able to polish without wearing thin.
Yes, whereas at this stage, it's the whole plot is, oh, evil cult. Evil cult summons dark god, and I'm like, yawn. Whereas in Silent Hill 2, it's about the darkness inside you. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, I think
Also, it was a self-contained plot where you didn't have to know anything about the original. Unlike Silent Hill 3, which was a direct sequel to Silent Hill 1 and suffered for it, to my mind.
I don't think I ever played 3.
Hey, someone left the milk out. Except it's a health drink.
Dr. Bob's health drink. It's healthy.
Now, Silent Hill 4 was
Drink
a very polarizing one.
That's the room, isn't it?
Yeah, personally, I rate it higher than Silent Hill 3, which is a controversial opinion amongst some, I know. Doggy!
The room sounds interesting to me.
It's a good game. You know what? We should do that one of these weeks. If I can find a decent ROM.
You mean an ISO?
Yeah, yeah whatevs. Spare me your Leet Hacksaw dialect.
ISO. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm getting the feeling that the doghouse is around here somewhere.
I thought we should have found it by now.
Can't think why.
If only... Okay, I'll take one shot at the zombie dog and...
I'm getting the feeling I might be close to death again.
Yeah, it's a shame he doesn't slump or... Oh, yeah, there he goes.
Well, he might just be breathing heavy. He does
Probably.
that when he's been running around and exerting himself a lot. No, he's alright now. In Silent Hill 2, the controller vibrates a bit to simulate a heartbeat when your health is low. But
Yeah, that's actually...
at this point, there's no actual on-screen indicator when you're low on health, besides Harry's occasional panty
I'd say the
animation.
fact that you're getting hit a fair bit is probably...
Matheson. I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
Maybe someone in the comments could enlighten us. Well, I imagine a 5-second Google search could enlighten us, but I can't be asked. Hey, camera shift, that means something interesting's here.
That, look...
I'll say this for tank controls, they can suddenly shift the camera, and then
And,
suddenly
yeah.
you're moving in the right direction. And you're still
Doghouse,
moving in the right
Levin
direction.
Street.
We knew that much.
Well, we didn't know it was on Levin Street, now we just go looking at street signs.
Oh, we've got no way to knowing where the hell Levin Street is, of course.
Well, no, but we just... This'll help narrow down the field of search, yeah.
Why did Cheryl's drawings be left next to all this blood? Actually, it can't be blood, because blood turns brown when it dries out. That must be cherryade.
I don't know if video games knew that.
You spilling your cherryade, young lady? You wait till I get my hands on you.
I'm gonna punish you.
Oh, and that girl's really gonna get it. You can see that in his posture as he walks.
Alright, so we gotta look for Levin. This is...
11th Street. That was Matheson Street. This is... What is this?
Oh, oh, oh,
This-
oh, 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 oh.
This is Nothing Street.
I believe.
Thank you, camera.
Hey!
Hey!
Alrighty.
Well, it's North Levin Street.
Well, you know, we're still on the right track. Alrighty.
I want an Oculus Rift.
No, you don't,
Yes,
because
I
that's
do.
not popular anymore. You want a different thing that's not Oculus Rift that does what that does, but isn't owned by Facebook because that creeps you out for reasons you really can't
Well,
quite articulate.
as my mum used to say, I want never gets.
Yeah.
Unless
Check the doghouse. There'll be something
unless-
good in it.
I see a dog. Ah ha 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 ha.
Just go in the house.
Nothing unusual.
Nothing unusual but a big ass pile of blood.
Now, would it be too much to ask that it be the key for this house? Hey!
Apparently not.
It's
wishes granted.
It's almost being intuitive now. Are you alright, Silent Hill?
Are you feeling good?
Now, in a new game plus, through that door one can find a samurai sword.
Badass.
But this is not a new game plus.
Shit.
Oh yay, a save. Well, we're making good progress, despite never having looked at the map. I think that indicates a rather intuitively designed game.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I'd say there are pros and cons to Oculus Rift. Okay, no, there's bullets there, game. Don't say there's nothing useful, you lying bastard.
I think he was talking about this.
I mean, again,
This cupboard.
the way any, you know, that it is kind of worrying that, like, and to be fair to the Oculus Rift guys, I mean, how much did fucking Facebook buy this thing for?
There are 2 locks! Star Trek reference.
Cool.
Oh hey, something to go on. Now, we must remember these details carefully.
I have no idea where we are.
We're on Levin Street. There's Finney Street up there. We
We're
remember
11.
Backman
Okay, there we
Road.
are.
So one of the keys is down that alley, indicated by the red line. One of them is in that circle there. Down
yeah.
Elroy Street. The key we've already got is the arrow,
The
on
arrow,
the top
yeah,
right.
Alright.
Okay.
So I want to
So-
head along Matheson or Finney.
Now a compass would be useful. What we want to do is like just continue along Levin Street until we find another
Until we hit
turning
Matheson,
and
yeah.
figure out what street we're on then.
So I think
that-
we came off.
Man, this is like going on a holiday drive with the
I was
parents.
going to say, honey, pull over. Honey, just
Honey,
ask someone.
just ask someone. No, I know where we are.
No, all the things we ask are fucking demon birds. I'm not talking to them.
And they keep
I'm
trying
racist.
to eat me face. You know what they're like? Let them near the car, they'll be off with the wing mirrors.
Because, I mean, I don't like the idea of Facebook just absorbing or, you know, just any one fucking company absorbing every goddamn thing that happens. I mean, that kind of happens enough already with Google.
Well, you'll be disappointed if you continue hating this in the future, because it's going to keep happening.
No, I know it's going to keep happening. I'm saying the preponderance of it's the
Now,
fucking
let's
problem.
see if I can stealth around this dog so it doesn't attack me.
Good luck with that.
Bye-bye, doggy. Have a nice life.
But again, you know, think of it from the Oculus Rift point of view, like,
I think we got away clean that time.
because they bought it. I mean, how many? I don't know how many people. I'm going to look it up. How many people like actually
Oh, quite a few.
worked on Oculus Rift?
Here's a street sign. Let's see what this road is. If this is... Yep, this is Finney Street. That means we go this way. I think. And then... Do you remember... If we head east along Finney Street, is the alley we need to go down the next one or the one after?
I think it's the next one.
Okay, that might be this one then. Well, I'm hearing a monster screech.
All right. Well, I mean, Facebook bought this thing for $2 billion, and
Yeah.
especially, I mean, if
That's a crazy amount of money. That is.
yeah, and if you've got, I mean, I'm willing to bet that these guys probably had a lot of other ideas, or maybe have, you know, just different things they want to do. And if someone comes along and goes, "Here's like, you know, essentially $500 million for you,"
Okay, this wasn't the one. This was the old one.
poop shoots.
Yes, it's hard to ignore the money.
Yeah, I mean,
someone-
two.
I mean, I'd sell out, and indeed I did.
I think your entire life has just been trying to get to a point where you have something to sell out.
Well, yes. I mean, man's got to eat, and man's got to eat expensive things after a man's got to eat.
Because the man in question doesn't know how to cook.
Well, quite.
Has to go buy his own treaties from the store.
Yes. Well,
I made jalapeno poppers last night.
You just bought yourself a croissant.
That was great. Deep fried.
Okay.
Cheese inside.
Yeah, I think the alley we're after is going to be the next one on the right.
Sweet.
If these fucking pterodactyls are all right with that.
Pterodactyls. Because they touch you with their feet. Shoot them.
All right. Having trouble with that roof, mate. Here's some bullets to add to your problems. And a foot. I love the little squeaky noise they make when you do that. It's like they're a squeaky toy. Aha, yes.
Yeah, and that.
This is where we need to go.
That guy's got the foot of doom. It brings the pain. Oh, ends the pain, really, and they're dead.
Well, that Facebook with Oculus thing, that could go a lot of places.
I don't think it's like, I mean, if you were excited for... Someone's been playing basketball with a dog's head, that's fantastic.
Yes, that is sweet.
If you were excited for just the concept and VR, don't worry, it's being done. If you hate Facebook, it's being done by people who have nothing to do with Facebook. If you're a Sony fan, guess what? You've got the fucking Morpheus. Otherwise, there's going to be a bunch of these other fucking things. I don't think anything Oculus was doing was so distinct that only they could do it.
Yes, I don't think we need worry about there being a monopoly on VR headsets anytime soon.
And, you can complain about the problem of, new tech startups being absorbed into these giant monoliths, and that is a problem, but also, well, welcome to Earth.
Welcome to Earth, as Will
That was
Smith
never
once said. What?
No, he actually said welcome to Earth quite clearly and distinctly. That's one of those internet creations.
Welcome to Earth.
Yeah. He said Earth, like with TH. He doesn't say welcome to Earth. I don't know. That's one of those internet creations.
You sound like you've done research on this.
No, this is like fucking one of my housemates was watching, of all things, Independence Day, like 4 nights ago.
I seem to remember this being the next place we needed to be.
There's like a weird cliff walk you have to do for...
I think I remember that, yes. I think there'll be a plank over the abyss. Harry's just enjoying some invisible wall action.
Go, Harry!
Ah ha 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 ha. Wow, look at this master balancing act here.
I feel safe walking across that.
He must be very bottom heavy. I said bottom.
Bum.
So, my personal rating for the Silent Hill games is first Silent Hill 2, then Silent Hill 1, then Silent Hill 4, then Silent Hill 3. And then down below in a big pit,
recent ones.
under Blighttown, I would place the Western developed ones. Silent Hill, Origins, Homecoming, Shattered Memories, and Downpour. Right, so...
I really would wish they'd get kind of back to the anthology idea. And for that, pick a town in the Australian outback, because there is nothing scarier than this big, red, vast space with a bunch of shitty little shacks around, odd-looking animals, and people that don't look right and don't trust you.
You've made the suggestion before, so why don't you put your money where your mouth is and give us a short 5-minute synopsis of the opening sequence for your imaginary Australian Outback Silent Hill game. Okay, if I recall correctly, Matheson will take us to Levin Street if we continue west along it.
Go banana.
That's is this Levin Street?
Nope.
Nope, this is Backman Road. That means we continue. See, I knew we could do this without a map.
We're doing it! The streets in this town are fucking wide.
Well, that's American towns for you.
Yeah.
Brisbane, I've noticed, has unusually narrow streets.
Yeah, the entire place was built around, like, fucking horses and carts and shit.
No
one really planned Brisbane, it just sort of happened.
Melbourne has way wider streets.
Melbourne, that's because Melbourne was built. They were like, hey, let's put a city here. How would we build a city? Well, we'll base it around a system of grids, and we'll make sure the roads are wide enough for things to get down. Nobody really ever wanted Brisbane to be a city. No one wanted Brisbane, period. It just kind of happened.
You should look at a British city one of these days. London is laid out like it was developed from a million twisting goat tracks that have existed since the beginning of time.
Filtered through an Escher drawing.
Modern cities are just basically grids.
Yeah, well, that's the sensible way to bloody do it. But.
Yeah, most modern cities are designed around the use of carts and cars. Right, I think this is Levin Street.
Oh, check the signs.
I'm looking for it in the fog. Yeah, look at me, Master Navigator over here. Now,
Yahtzee, GPS, Croshaw.
now where exactly was the doghouse house?
I can't remember exactly.
Well,
It'll be on one of
Wait,
these.
I think it was that one, because the doghouse house had a knockdown mailbox.
There were more than one knockdown mailbox, though. And the doghouse house had a doghouse.
That's right.
I was just looking at you.
Yeah, he was just sizing me up.
Try the other side of the road.
He was like, where you from, bro?
Where you from? Where you from, motherfucker?
Are you from the Pterodactyls Club? Didn't think so. You got wings, motherfucker?
It's kind of a weird choice.
I ain't
for
got
Monster.
wings, I got a fucking shoe. Do you want to see?
Size 10, motherfucker. It's kind of. I think it was on the left-hand side of the road.
Where you from, bro? The shoe store, squish.
I think you're on the wrong side of the road.
Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll go
Okay.
all the way down the road. Yes, you're probably right.
Just run from it.
Hey, you killed my homie. Yeah, I kill you too.
Your black guy impression is precisely why I continue doing these.
And here comes the foot.
Ugh.
Yeah, you got a casual one. Because that's all you deserved.
What else has been going on? I
That's
wish something
just-
else had happened this week that wasn't Oculus Rip.
Well, like I said, I watched a film last night.
Oh, yeah.
I watched it because The Count of Monte Cristo is one of my favourite stories.
Interesting.
I'm quite fond
There it is.
Hey, that dog came back. Oh no, that was the one we snuck around, isn't it? Ha! We foiled him.
Screw you, Poochie.
Yes, I'm very fond of tales of elaborate revenge. That's what I love about...
Someone hasn't let go of their anger. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Possibly. That's what I love about the story, you know. It starts with these three guys who do a really, casual thing to fuck over this one other guy. He ends up going to prison for 14 years.
Oh, God.
And in response, he crafts an incredibly elaborate revenge upon all of them.
If I pulled a prank that resulted in a friend going to prison for 14 years, I'd kind of A, have that coming, B, expect it, and C, accept it.
It was based on a true story, apparently. Alexander Dumas. Someone was telling me last night Alexander Dumas was black.
Were they from the Nation of Islam? Because they tend to say that about everybody.
I remember reading that he was a mixed race fellow, but I can't remember the full details.
No.
But that's good, isn't it?
There you go. I've read a book by the blacks.
No, it means one of my favourite books I didn't realise was written by a black person. That means no one could accuse me of trying to appropriate another race's culture. Ha! Eat it, Tumblr.
Fucking appropriation. Everyone should appropriate. That's the fun of culture. If you don't appropriate, it's like going to a buffet where there's like the foods of the world, and it's like, oh great, I'm gonna try everything. No, you can only have your culture's food.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what's the point of this?
Yeah, I hate when people do that.
It's fucking insane. Like, you should absolutely take every culture, see if you like it, look at it, turn it around, change it into something new. Everyone should do this. It's
Adopt,
beautiful.
adapt, and improve. The motto of the Round Table.
It's so much better. So much more fun that way. You have to taste new stuff. Let them
That's
turn the
what-
light off.
That's what the B button does. I forgot.
Appropriation.
But it's best to turn it off if there's monsters around, because then they can't eat you.
I would rather have a torch on in this circumstance, to be honest.
Oh, monsters on me. Check the time on the recorder. Where are we at?
53 minutes.
Okay. Making good time. I honestly didn't think we'd get this far.
Really? I don't know. I'm hoping... Oh, you're gonna die. I know you're gonna die if you don't heal yourself. You've been getting bit by shit too much.
This is the best moment of survival horror games. Seeing how long you can last when you're on your final legs. I mean, it forces you to think
First time I
hard
ever
about everything you
played...
do.
First time I ever played Resident Evil. I'd rented a
blimey,
PS1
yes.
and I rented the game and I decided to skimp on a memory card. Because otherwise I couldn't afford weed, and it's like the whole point was to get really high and play Resident Evil. So I got really high and started playing Resident Evil, and then realized that I couldn't save and couldn't die. Because if you die, whole fucking shit starts again.
Yep.
So I had to play that thing, and there was like the amount of legitimate fear when you like that zombie noise in Resident Evil 1. In the first one on the PlayStation 1, I still think some of the best sound design ever. It's so hauntingly weird and frightening, and just still to this day scares the bejesus out of me.
Are you sure you're not misremembering it?
No, I've played it again recently. It's weird because the reasons I think it's scary, I don't think are deliberately.
Look at me, I have the powers of invisibility.
Whee!
I don't know where the fuck I'm going.
I got up to the plant boss and then died because that game didn't really telegraph if you were hitting the boss very well.
So you were like inadvertently playing a skill run.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty hardcore for one so sniffy of the concept.
Well, no, I also used to do speed runs on Resident Evil 4. Like, it's just because I do that doesn't mean I've got some sort of
Oh, this sign
weird authority.
This sign thinks it can tell me what to do. Well, check this out, sign. Ha! I'm going the other way now.
Love that the game crashed. Just muted that.
That's not the way to go. That's a chasm. Who laid this town out?
Holy crap, this place just ends in chasms. I think something strange is happening.
I remember once listening to a remix where they just took all the voice samples from Harry Mason where he says something along the lines of, "What?" or "I don't understand," and just put it all together. Yeah, it went on for a while. Oi!
Nice doggy.
Eat it, Fido. Play dead. Put on sunglasses. Yeah!
Dick. Kick it.
What about you? You almost dead? No, they're all the way dead.
Yeah.
Just,
Once the blood's pouring out from under him, that's
just call
what's
me
back there.
Quick Shot Mason. I think it's just
Leadfoot Mason.
I think it's just a load of shit that it's not important.
Oh, oh,
Oh wait! Hush my mouth.
yeah.
There's
Bullets and drink.
always got to have some bullets and drink.
Pick up the bullets. Pick 'em up. Pick 'em up. Pick 'em up.
So yes, I quite liked the Richard Chamberlain adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo.
How long was it? Because isn't the book fairly like fucking?
Yeah, it's
isn't
fucking-
it epic? Like
It's fucking thick. They did cut out a lot. It was only like an hour and 40 minutes.
longest movie I've ever sat through
It's
is
better than the fucking recent Count of Monte Cristo adaptation.
I didn't see that.
The one with Jim Caviezel and Ethan and Hawke, I think.
Yeah.
Because you know what they did? You know what them stupid motherfuckers did in that film? They made Dantes get back together with Mercedes at the end. That's just missing the point.
Hollywood gotta have that romance.
I mean,
I've always found-
how do you think The Count of Monte Cristo should end?
Just stunners. He just goes ape shit. Stone Cold's music kicks off, and he just stunners everything.
See, I'm calling you out.
Yeah, I haven't read the damn book.
Because you pretended to understand what I was talking about when I said Dante's getting back together with Mercedes is a bad idea.
Well, you've explained like chunks of the plot, like
Well-
to me once before.
Well, what I like about The Count of Monte Cristo is that basically The Count of Monte Cristo is not Dantes anymore. Dantes died in the Chateau d'If. The Count of Monte Cristo is an avenging angel born from his ashes.
A new thing altogether.
And the fact that he doesn't get back together with Mercedes, the girl he was supposed to marry before he went to prison, is part of the symbol of him not being Dantes anymore.
I've always found it weird that they kind of shoehorn romance plots into things that don't really need them.
Well, they have to make it for as broad an audience as they
See,
can.
that's the thing. I mean, that presupposes that a woman can't enjoy like a story that doesn't have a romance plot in it, and B, like.
Well, actually,
It's, shoehorning, like jamming a 5-minute fight sequence into Sex in the City isn't going to make me watch Sex in the City.
I can't believe I made it to the school as well.
Yeah.
First I found the 3 keys, and I made it to the school. I know this game better than I realised.
Actually, I entirely take that back. If the girls in Sex in the City had a 5-minute fight sequence in like one of those movies, I would fucking sit through that.
A 5-minute pillow fight sequence, perhaps.
No, like a legit fucking like drunken master grade like battle.
Or
Like in a facial salon or something.
maybe a giant robot fight.
No, see, now you're getting to kind of, postmodern irony.
Well, the reason why that came to mind was because one of the adaptations of Monte Cristo I've seen is the Japanese anime version.
God bless the Japanese.
Gankutsu, the Count of Monte Cristo. And it does have a giant robot fight out of fucking nowhere. But otherwise, I think it's quite an interesting adaptation. Because what it does is that it centers the narrative on the perspective of a relatively minor character from the book.
Yeah.
That being Albert de Morcerf, the son of Mercedes and
that
Mondego.
I like. Perspective shift in things like that can be really, really interesting.
Yeah, it's good because you see Monte Cristo from this character's perspective, and you see him as a much more sinister and villainous character, as he kind of is. He's an avenging angel, and part of the plot of the book is that his revenge goes a little bit too far.
Well,
he
yeah,
almost kills an innocent girl who's married to who's going to marry the son of his old friend, and he accidentally leads to the murder of a young boy. Because of all the psychological manipulation he's been doing, and he starts to realize that perhaps his twin goals to be the angel to those who defended him and the devil to those who betrayed him are starting to overlap.
Cross up a little. What about that door back there?
Let me just navigate this table corner.
I'm stuck. Mommy, help, mommy.
Oh, hey, a delightful painting.
That's up at a school. This is like the principal's office.
Well, no one was saying this is a nice school. It is in Silent Hill.
I don't want to go to the principal's office.
I don't want to go to the principal's office. They keep handgun bullets in there.
The principal just has bullets on the table. He just drums his fingers on them when dealing with delinquent students.
Yeah, just a loaded gun sitting on the other side.
I'll go to jail, Billy. I don't fucking care.
Yes. You're gonna learn your fucking 2 times table, or one of us isn't leaving this room, Jimmy.
Jimmy, I've got your pet rabbit here.
Now, do you feel lucky? Anyway, yes.
If I had 5 bullets in the chamber and I've shot 3, how many bullets have I got left?
Yes, the 2002 Monte Cristo was shit. I've yet to see an adaptation of Monte Cristo I completely like.
Well, given the
I should watch one of their mini-series.
Yeah, I think given the epic scope of it, I think the longest film I've ever sat through was the adaptation of the Mahabharata, which goes for 7 goddamned hours.
Why would you do that unless you were playing Dark Souls and wanted something on in the background?
Well, to be fair, it is an insane and interesting movie, and you kind of pause it at points. You need pee breaks.
Is it a Bollywood film?
No. It's an Indian film, but it's not Bollywood. Which
they do tend to be very long Indian films.
Well, this is based on like I think one of the Hindu holy texts.
Did I already check that door?
No, go through it.
It's
And
locked. That's why I asked.
It goes for fucking ages, but it's crazy. It has like Brian Blessed in it. It's just batshit from start to finish. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
My map key finger is itching.
Resist.
Well,
That's the front door.
Yeah,
Try the door in front of you.
Yeah, that's the door I came in.
Yeah, that one. See? Trust El Gabriel El Mapo.
Thank you, the Count of Monte Gabriel Mapo.
I'm the Count of Monte Cristo.
Yes, I've heard that one before. Also, the Count of flashbacks.
Ugh. Creepy little buggers.
Right, I'm ready for you this time.
What is it? Oh, God, what's wrong with your face?
He doesn't have one. That's what's wrong with it.
Ugh.
God damn it! I do not want your child blowjobs. You are inexperienced.
It shows, and your face is just a terrifying toothless orifice.
Well, yeah, having said that,
Hit
actually
it.
they may be well acquainted to blowjobs. What a horrible thought. You better die now because of that horrible thought I had. There, my conscience...
What happens if you don't clean your flashlight?
There, my conscience is clear. And we should probably wrap this up.
So, Oculus Rift, mixed bag.
Yes.
But don't worry, like,
we have nothing but bland opinions on the whole Oculus VR situation.
Well, I think it's because neither of us put money into it, so we don't have any sense of ownership or sense of betrayal.
But I think we've discussed before, even if we had put money into it, if we deserve any sense of ownership.
Which I don't believe.
Kids!
Hit him with a pipe! You're dying.
Oh, bugger.
God, you suck at this.
Well, on that note...
Fucking letting why haven't you got your gun out?
Because I seem to remember it's easier to
bat the children with a pipe.
The pipes.
I suppose children are a small target,
and you want to preserve your ammo at some point. Well, thanks for listening to another rambly, drown-out, podcasty video thing, listener.
One of you go make some video game news so we have something to discuss.
Well, I wouldn't hold out too much hope. It is fucking March.
Well, what's coming out soon? What's on the horizon?
It's all pretty much come out now. The Titanfall, Infamous Second Son,
Don't care, personally.
Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero.
Don't care.
Well, you're a lot of help, aren't
Yeah,
you?
that's it. Well, there we go.
Well,
Is there anything weird in indie out? There's something coming, Steam greenlit Pro Wrestling X, which is a pro wrestling game built sort of from the fondness of the old Nintendo 64 wrestling games, and I'm
who
looking forward
cares?
to that.
even if there was anything coming out, we couldn't talk about it because I'd probably have to review it at some point.
Kind of hamstrings us there, Yatso.
Well,
Yatso.
don't call me Yatso. Call me the Count of Monte Yatso if you must.
I will do that. The Yachts of Monte Cristo.
Fuck off, viewer.
Goodbye.